I have maybe 2 days to make a video before I go on my 2 week vacation, so this is gonna be really sped run. It's not gonna be well edited. I'll probably use OneShot, my playthrough of OneShot in the background. If I'm now editing with Whip, he might disappear in the middle of the video because I just didn't have the time to edit it. Anyway, what I want to discuss is a very depressing theme actually. When summer break started, I got a bit stuck with my art for like a week and I got fucking depressed, and I decided I will record like this rant about what I'm feeling so that I can make a video later on it. And this is not the video actually. I will do a video about it far into the future, not now. I don't have the time. Anyway, it turned out to be like a 20-minute rant. I really spoke my emotions there. And what I want to discuss is a thing I said because I started talking about how my art feels empty. Because I feel like I have this world, right? And in my head it works, and all the relationships I know, and I guess I thought I did, but I don't really have the world building figured out as good as I should have. And I I am not at an level where I can portray what I want to portray, and I feel like my art is empty and the world doesn't feel like it's lived in. So I feel like what helped me then is I created rules for myself and clear points I wanted to learn, and then I learned them, and now that I've kind of accomplished that, I feel empty. The feeling is empty. It's really shitty. It's like you're stuck. I find that every time I feel this intense negative feelings about my art, emptiness always occurs every time it happens, and I really wanted to know why, because what is it doing here? It's such a specific feeling, right? And this is, of course, not the first time a situation like this happened to me. This was for a week, but I have lived through months of just being not happy, not in a happy place about my art. And that happened when I first started doing digital and found out how little I know. How I have no idea how to draw anything, how Photoshop works, how anything works, and I was just not happy. Not happy person. Situations like these make me really stressed, and I wanted to understand why and just understand what is this little bugger of an emotion doing here. And empty as a word means there is nothing there, and currently I feel like I lack in world building and character designs, and overall just it fits. When you think about it, it really fits because there is nothing there. There aren't yes, English and words. There aren't illustrations about Sulusk, for example, that I drew a couple of days earlier and posted on my Instagram, which just this overall realization that I feel empty about my art because there isn't anything drawn yet that I want to be drawn calms me down, because it means that I have to learn how to draw those things I want to portray, and when I learn that, I will no longer feel empty because I will be able to fill that need for something to be there. That, of course, means you have to have a plan to do that, to learn, and planning is a conversation on its own, which I don't really have the time for. So if any maniac out there wants to know how I plan my work, sure, I can make a detailed video about that. But right now, there's two things I think are really, really important, and that's to be really specific and detailed with the plan, like to the smallest details. Just break down the main idea into parts and break those parts into parts and just so on until you cannot break it down anymore. And the second is just to have realistic expectations from yourself and to know yourself enough to create a plan that you can actually follow, because it can be really discouraging if you create something that is harder than you can handle, and that's such a bad idea. If you want to read a book, I read a book about this. It's called Atomic Habits. I will leave down link in the description. It talks about how to create good habits and how to get rid of bad habits, and it's a really detailed book. It's great. I recommend it to anyone, really. It's not just about art, it's about everyday stuff. And so my main point is that this situation that you might be facing right now, it's something that you can get out of, and we aren't failures, we just haven't learned what we wanted to learn yet. And so this isn't the end of the line. The line continues just on another bus with a new plan, with new goals in mind, with just understanding of your art. And that's I feel like really calming and just a nice thought to have whenever you find yourself in this kind of situations. Just it isn't forever. It will fade out and you will find a way to, learn what you gotta learn to portray what you wanna portray, and just to be a happy little artist that draws what they want. The audio in this video might be a little weird and might change because I'm recording on different days, and overall it's just really, really fastly done. I'm patching together not random, but I'm patching together multiple recordings, and it's just an exploration of my own thoughts, but hopefully it maybe helped you understand your feelings better. If you feel that way, I don't know, but that was the point. Just because it definitely helped me in a way that I just understand why I feel that feeling, and I understand that it's not the end of the world and I can get through it. I have like 2 days to make a video before I go on my summer. That laugh, I just laughed. I just laughed at my miserable situation there. Anyway. Nie, złe. Nie, tak strasznie złe.